Hi everybody, just Muslim sisters and brothers in Christ, and for those in doubt, may the blood of Yahweh cover this video. Alright, I'm just going to read a few things that that has taken urgency to get out, and I'm just going to start right away with it. That it says in here too, it says, God is in the message of all things. Okay, and again it's in big letters, and it says harvest is now. It's now. I'm being reminded to write things down because of my short-term memory loss since I come back from Sudbury. Okay, and then now I've got that there's a big warning, there's a big wave coming in, it's something huge. The memories maybe, because I know it's not just me with my memory short term. I know it's not. Now I'm being told to stay away from the river, from the Detroit River, because of it's the negative energy that's another whole video. It's quite interesting. But it's something about the river. And he's telling us to keep our minds quiet so that we can listen to instruction. Okay, don't get the mind busy with what's going on, everything around you. Now is the time to be quiet. Now is the time to, get everything together, like armor everything. Okay, so, and obey this and hear it very clearly. Okay. I'm also to tell you that my wisdom, this is what I wrote down, it says, my wisdom comes from wisdom itself, and that's a blessing, okay? And I start in understanding in truth, and that's where you go, and then you get your wisdom, and we know that, but maybe there's somebody new here, okay? So now I'm supposed to talk about a vision I had when I was 12 years old. I believe I mentioned it in my second video. But when I was 12, I had a vision of, I now know to be Detroit. Now the vision was, I'm standing on this side of it, so I'm on the Canadian side. And I look over and I see the city, and the city's on fire. And then it flashes to, I'm in a tunnel, and it's full of water and a lot of metal. And then it flashes to a huge cable cord that swings back and forth over the water. So now when I first moved here to Windsor, I remember walking down the river, and I remember seeing the vision. I knew that this was where it was going to take place, and I was going to witness it. Okay, so this is Detroit. Then I wrote, now is the time to listen, now is the time for the eyes to see and the ears to hear. Be ready, be prepared, be ready. And I think this is where this doubt's going to start coming in. And once you allow that doubt to come in, you can go down within instantly. And it's going to be that much harder to get back out, because I would say maybe the strength of it could keep you, So be very careful. When I'm talking about fainting, this goes along with it, because I think my mind started to faint when we first started getting into this, because I didn't realize the depth, I didn't realize the scope, I didn't realize any of it. And I started to doubt myself in a lot of things and a lot of issues in my spirit, okay? And I remember it was getting so bad that I almost got lost here. I remember Yahweh's voice. I know my shepherd's voice. I know his voice. And in the back, and it was audio, it was in the midst of the air, and he said, you're mine, you're mine, you're mine. 3 times. Okay? And I went back up into repentance, and I went back up to prayer, because I was falling because of the doubt. It was really, really bad. Okay, so yes, and during that time, Yahweh reminded me one day when I was 12. I didn't mention this in the video, but when I was 12, I remember laying there one night and I heard Yahweh's voice, and it was real soft. And he said to me, he said, "Do you know that you have a Father in heaven?" So as a 12-year-old, you're thinking, okay, because my family split up, right? So I'm thinking, yeah, I got a Father in heaven, yeah. But now I know what the full extent of that is. And I was reminded of that when I was falling. It's when I was falling. And then I remember, I was so heavy into reading and everything, and I was so into it that I was so tired. Excuse me, I was so tired. And then I just remember, I said, I'm just going to have to take a break. I'm just going to have to take a break. And I just closed my eyes, and I'm just laying there, and I just can hear the voice. I can hear Yahweh. And he was singing to me. And the song was, "Put your hand in the hand of the man that steals the water. Put your hand in the hand of the man that calms the sea." Or across the sea. Take a look at yourself so you can take a look at yourselves. You can look at others differently. You know what I mean, right? Okay, because that was an oldie and that was way back, and it must have been my favorite. And this is what he was singing, but the way he was singing it to me, he was like reminding me of the song. And then he would go, "Put your hand in the hand," and I would repeat it. And then this is how, and I'm thinking, I know this song, And then we continued the song, and it was just very, like I said, I was sinking, and he was lifting me. He was reminding me, So he takes care of his own. You will not be snatched. But you've got to be there to listen. You've got to be there to know his voice. So you know your heart, know who you are. Okay? No doubting. You don't have room for that. That almost knocked me out of the park right coming out of the gate. So I know if it can happen to me, it can happen to anybody. And you can't tell me that you've had, and I say this with respect, really, but all of that background in church and the book and the word and living that for 40, 50 years, whereas I just picked it up at the age of 50, and I've walked through the faith. But as soon as I opened up the Bible, right, that's when I read about myself, and I'm thinking, okay, I was just on fire, if they call it that. I don't know, but yeah, So don't doubt, because it almost knocked me out coming out of the gate. It really did. And it was only from hearing his voice that got me through it. Okay? It's very important. Very important. And I really think that the warriors should be coming out and giving testimonies. And believe me, I'm the last person that would be in front of a camera. I never took photos, family photos. I never did that. So this was a little something for me to, get over. Okay? So yeah, Detroit, like we're heading for something really major here, and I know that it's not just my health. It's not just my fault because of my health. I know it's because of everything that's been going on. So, it's crazy. It's crazy. So anyway, that's about fainting, and I explained it. I think I explained it to you about it when I do my videos. Before I do my videos, I go into meditation and in prayer, and then I'll sit on it for a while to wait for confirmation. And okay, so that's how I do that. And that, yes, I know you recognize this now, but I fight for my words. No, I don't have the education. Again, second video, and I don't apologize for that. I carry no shame. So with that, that's what I need to get out for now, and I don't even know what I'm going to call this because it was just an urgency to do this. I'm just going to call it Harvest is Now. No, that'll get me in trouble. But anyway, I don't know. We'll see. You'll find out. Check out your TV, listen to the sound, and listen to what's that voice. Something very major is going to happen, and the harvest is now, right? And God is the message of all things. That's what I wrote here. So, be ready, be prepared, be ready. So, don't give up in your faith. Don't doubt. Please don't doubt. You know, because even Peter went down when he took his eyes off of Yahweh. He went down. So, and like Yahweh, like Jesus said, when Peter went down, right? O ye with little faith. Don't be moved. And there is no fear. I'm a living witness to that one. So don't faint. Be prepared. Be prepared for anything. Anything. Okay. With that, no fear. Be loved. Bye.